It's National Handbag Weekend, and I'm celebrating with the launch of a new podcast. I'm Wendy Kendall, author of the mystery titled Cat Out of the Bag. That's Cat with a K, where Catherine Watson is a purse designer and amateur sleuth. Boy, does she get herself caught up in a mystery, from designer bags to body bags. And the prequel, an intriguing novella titled Pistachio Makes a Splash. Find out more about me at wendywrites.org. But today, I'm delighted to be joined by celebrated Seattle purse designer Joy Egbejimba, owner of Nuciano handbags. Nuciano is an award-winning luxury handbag label based in Seattle that offers today's exciting women a freedom of expression in taste and in uncompromised high quality and luxury bags without the usual exorbitant price tags. From desk to dinner, the curated collection features elegant designs with a variety of fierce color options. I absolutely love your purses, Joy.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Such a beautiful introduction. That was really beautiful. You actually did explain a lot about our brand. Calling out the quality and the price not being in the bridging the gap between quality and price. And paying too much money doesn't mean it's the quality. Thank you for that.
Yes, I love that. And the fashion, oh my gosh. Tell me, when did your passion for purses start?
Oh my goodness. I think you know how, like, as a little girl, I've always played with my mom's purse, my grandmother. I was raised by her during my formative years. So I was really intrigued with a handbag because of the intricacy of it, and then what it serves to my grandmother. Those days back in Nigeria, because of women were looked at to be like perfect all the time, especially when she's at a party and somebody maybe offers her a drink and my grandfather is nearby. So she always declines. And then she goes behind, get her wine, stuck it in her handbag and just act like she's carrying nothing, like she has nothing with her. So I love that mystery that, handbag carries, and it carries everything, but you wouldn't know what is in it. My grandmother comes home from a party, it's all like, she has so much in her bag. There is like, even like chicken, some like food. She wraps them in a tissue paper, like, well wrapped, and put them in her bag. So her purse was like, it's like a collector's item for her. Depend on the kind of party, then the bigger the bag, the better, because we know she's coming home with a lot of things. So that was always my thing about handbag. And I see it as something like, if my grandmother has her handbag, that means she's complete. She's on her way out. She can dress up all she wants, but she doesn't have a handbag as a little girl. I always feel relaxed that she's going nowhere. But once I see her with her bag, I know she's complete and she's ready to go. So that kind of that's where I developed the love for handbag, knowing that it's one accessory that is very versatile. It takes an outfit from nothing to like being ready. So I was wowed by the importance of it and the role it plays in fashion.
Love the sentiment that's associated with your passion for purses. That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
That. Your cowrie logo is very pretty. Can you tell us why you selected it?
As a young girl growing up with my grandmother, she has a lot of bags of cowries in like a room in her house. And one day I discovered them, and I was like, "Wow, Grandma, what's this?" And she said, "Those are seashells, cowries." And I said, "Wow. What are they for?" She said, it used to be used as a means of transaction, beautification, means of exchange, where she was growing up. And then she said, leave those things, they are valuable, they're going to come back later in life. Then, she can use them and she'll still be rich. And I'm like, wow. And I just love the sound, they make when you plug them together. And then when you look into them, the colors, it's kind of this, intriguing thing about it. It has like different color as you keep looking. So that was really, really what drew me to that. And then I was like, why would my grandmother keep such a valuable thing, in just her room, not in the bank or somewhere that is very safe or in a safe? So growing, and then later when I was in 8th grade or 9th grade, I can't remember which of them, we learned about money, the qualities of money, being that is durable, acceptable, all those kind of qualities of money. And I knew that my grandmother's money was not coming back. So I knew that whatever, and I told her, I said, Grandma, you can just put this just put it on the fire. It's never gonna come back. And so my using the cowrie to now is my way of bringing my grandmother's um, currency back into fashion. It's my way of honoring her by bringing them back into fashion as a means of some things other people can see and admire.
Yes, I definitely admire it. It looks gorgeous.
Thank you.
In my mystery book, Cat Out of the Bag, the characters donate purses, other accessories, and dresses for high school students' homecoming. I am so impressed with how you generously give back from your time and resources. Will you tell us a little about your Nuciano scholars?
Women are marginalized everywhere. It's not just in Africa. It's even here in America. We still experience it, even with how far we've come in life, being westernized and all that. But it's still. And then when you think of how many women before us has been fighting this fight, it is still something that is still happening. So growing up in Nigeria, I used to have a lot. We go home to, like, my parents takes us home in our country home during the Christmas, during Easter, during celebration season, like festive time. And every time I got there, I have to make new friends. And I kept wondering what was happening to my old friends. So until one year when we got there, my mom was really sober. She was really like, something was bothering her. And I heard her, like, when she was almost like talking to herself. And she said, that could have been my little girl. So when she said that, I went to her, I said, Mom, what was that thing you said? And she said, oh, remember the girl that has the same name as yours? I have my middle name is Ifoma. And she said, her name is Ifoma. You guys played last year we came together. And I said, yes. She said she passed away having a baby. So back home in Nigeria, they marry girls off to very early, especially the Igbo land. But it's kind of fading away, but it's still there. The women are considered a commodity, like, they marry them off. Their father used the money from their dowry to start a business, or the brother, depending on the hierarchy of the girl in the family. If it's the first daughter, your father gets your money. If it's the second daughter, the first son gets the money, things like that. So, and a lot of families actually use that to start a life, to start a business. My goal is and then education in Nigeria is free from 1 to 12th grade. And most times, the 12, I think maybe from 1 to 6, and then later, depending on the states, you have to pay. But it's very cheap, and you can go to the public ones. They're cheap, they are free. So my goal was to bridge that gap by, taking over from college level to let parents know that you don't have to marry your girls off. So it's my goal to bridge the gap of letting the girls have a different outlook to life, being able to go to college and achieve their dreams, because these girls are very intelligent. And when you raise a girl, you raise an entire village. And that is the truth when it comes to Africa. A lot of the girls actually always look out for their family, no matter how small or how far they go in life. They always look back to check around, even your husband's side of the family. It's not just your own side of the family. So it's something women do. We are born caretakers, so we always want to be able to include everybody. So, and some of those parents are beginning to see the quality and the benefits of raising their daughters. It's still something that is some people are still struggling with it, and some people are beginning to see the benefit of doing that. So that's my goal, of trying to always engage in things, because I believe there's a reason why I'm where I am today. There's a reason why God brought me over here. So why not? And why not? It doesn't take a whole lot to do that. Education is not as expensive as it is here. So why not?
Fantastic. And it adds such an amazing dimension to fashion, I think.
Absolutely.
Using it for such good.
Yes.
So you use only top grade, gorgeous leathers.
Thank you.
Listeners, I
Thank you.
encourage you,
We do. We do.
check out those online sales at nuciano.com. It's Nuciano.
Thank you.
Joy, your Tatum and Oreen handbags are especially delightful. They just put a
Thank you.
smile on my face.
I know, I smiled too. And our Tatum is, I'm sorry, our Orion is an award-winning handbag that was voted 2018 fan favorite handbag. We won an award for that. So yes, it is. I mean, it is a fan favorite bag that everybody loves. And is being loved by the celebrities, by every ordinary woman. And I love the shape of it and the softness of it too as well. And then still hard, but it's not like, it's kind of in between. It has that ladylike and then also assertive kind of thing about it. So that's actually one of the things I love about them. And then for the totem, a little bit of that flower, the flora on it kind of gives it that girly, the feminine touch to it.
I do. I love the flower.
Thank you, thank you. A lot of people actually asking us why don't we get them in like a wallet, a purse, something like a clutch, a clutch. So we're thinking about that too. Mm-hmm.
Of course, I also love your Angelique totes because I am a big bag girl.
Yes, yes. The Angelique tote is really a versatile handbag. It has like an inserter in the middle with it's padded, and you can actually hold your laptop with it. And then it also has like an outside pocket where you can put your cell phones if you want to. So with that inserter, you have actually 3 openings in it where you can stock your things. It's a great gym bag, and it's actually one of those things you can take from office to your girls night, girls out. Yeah, one of those decks to ducks thing. Yeah.
It has such great organization, and
Yes.
the padded protection, I use that also for my Kindle and Nook for my books.
Yes, yes. And then because of the grain characteristics of the top of the leather, you can actually wipe it down. So it has that top grain. And it's something that a lot of designers don't like to do because it's expensive. I think probably like Louis Vuitton is the only designer that uses the grain leather. So the reason why I like to use good quality on our handbag is because I have to carry it too. I want people to carry them for years to come and still enjoy their purchase and still, bring it out anytime. I still get compliments from customers that purchased our bag like 5 years back and stuff like that. I still get compliments on them. So it's something that I really want women to enjoy having from season to season. Just use them anytime, and it's still, very strong and very holding itself to and its shape.
And with those vibrant colors that you use as
colors.
well.
I love colors. I don't have a favorite color. Somebody asked me one time, what's their favorite color? I have no idea what they are because I love all colors because to me, it depends on how you want to look for the day or what look you're going for or what event or how even the weather, being that we're here from Seattle, it all depends. Sometimes in the winter, when it's all gloomy and dark, I like to just have that pop of color to what I'm wearing, and it just adds that surprise, and it brings that vibrant color. You probably have like a false jacket or something, false full, maybe a dark one or something, and you just throw in green or blue, white. It just gives you that pop. So that's actually why I love playing with colors, and we don't have just limited of it. We just have different types of them.
I love that too. I love carrying the color, but also just like you said, on a gray day to see that color with other women as they're walking down the streets or in the mall or wherever, not right now, but otherwise it's just so your eye is just attracted to that color right away.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm curious, do you begin your design by like sketching it on paper or do you use a computer? How does it all
Oh
start?
no, I start by sketching on the paper, and I'm not a good sketcher. I can tell a story, and only me can explain my sketch. And so I start with sketching it. I'm not a good sketcher, but I what I do is that I start sketching it, and then I get somebody from I've made a lot of relationship through the Seattle AI when it was on Seattle Art Institute. So I work with a lot of people with from there to now put it down for me in a way that I can be able to give it or work with the factories and create a prototype. We start with a paper. We use cardboard paper to create a prototype. From cardboard paper, then we graduate to choosing like, okay, do we want it to be a soft leather? What is it hard? Do we want it to stand or do we want it to be a slouchy bag? It all depends. From the paper, drawing a molding or prototype is when we decide the kind of leather to use on it, and then we go from there. We kind of go back and forth until we get what we want.
So you sort of do a lot of drafts and revisions.
Yes. Oh yes. Oh
Wow.
yes. You have to, because I mean, there's no way you can. What you thought about in the morning, by the time you step out, let's say you step out to the streets, you see something else, you'll be like, oh, it could be better if I put this on it, if I put that on it. And sometimes those ideas comes to you, but it's too late to make those changes. So what you do is that you carry it on to the next design if it's really, really something you want to bring into your design, because you can never get them all, you can never do them all, because it's always different, how you feel and how. Yeah, fashion is about, I don't believe in trend. This is a trend, in as much as I still follow the trend a little bit, but I don't let it drive my dressing. I don't let it drive our design as well, because I believe that a handbag is something that is supposed to be from year to year, season to year season. It's supposed to be a classic all the way.
I totally agree with that. And the different drafts and everything, that makes me think of writing my book. That's what I have to do with my book too.
Exactly. It's like everything in life. It's like everything you do in life, even when you're working on a project. I mean, you're a PM by profession. So when you're working on a project, you just have to, you create something on your parking lot. From parking lot, you put it down and you start taking things out and putting back in and stuff like just exactly. It's like cooking. Oh, should I do this? Oh, no, don't do this. Bring this in. Oh, take this out. Definitely like that. Mhm.
That is another good example. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Joy, I have to admit that I adore your crystals collection and
Thank
all the
you. Thank you.
sparkle.
Thank
Uh,
you. Those are actually something to behold. It is beautiful. And it is actually the lighting that goes into them. Is different colors all the time, depending on the light you have around you. When you take it to a party, it is different color all the time. It is something that I just love them. And it's something that you can pass down to your kids, to your nieces and nephews. It's something that you can hand down and say, "This is something I'm handing down to you," because it's made with Swarovski and they're handmade. And so we try to put extra crystals in the cloches, so that if any of them falls off, you can actually put them back. They are very, very. We work with you to put them back. If you can't, you have to bring it back to us. And we can have them custom made. If you have something in your family, a family heirloom, maybe animal or something. Like I have a customer whose family has a thing for all, and we created a clutch that looks like an owl with the eyes and everything for her, the shape of an owl. So something like that is something we do. Um, but with the pandemic is kind of right now is on hold because of the pandemic. A lot of the crystal in factories, even the Swarovskis, a lot of them are on hold about with the pandemic and stuff. It's been really
oh,
hard to get new crystals. Yeah.
oh, I love the Swarovski. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
yes, thank you. But I
Oh,
feel like, after the pandemic, life will come back to its original state. And our goal and our prayer is for things to come back. But it's so scary that a lot of businesses are closing down. And I hope, we pray that they don't close down entirely. They will come back later in life or something. It's really, really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary. Thank goodness
It
for the
is.
online, but it's
Yes,
still even
yes,
that
it's not the
scary
same.
too.
It's not the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, Joy, thank you so much for sharing
No
this
problem.
time.
No problem. Thank you so much for wanting to include me in your podcast. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're my launch. You're my debut, of
Thank
course.
you. Thank you. Anytime, anytime.
Well, I was just so excited. I think it's wonderful for everyone to know the care and thought and artistry that goes into the purses that they
Yes.
cherish, and
Yes. Yes.
also purses that they give as meaningful gifts to friends and
Exactly.
family.
Exactly. And the like for example, our the name of the brand Nuciano is actually is coined from my grandmother's name, from her initial. Her name is Uno Casciano, meaning meaning together as a woman. When we come together, a lot of good things happen. It resonates with the expression of freedom for women. Um, because back home she was this powerhouse for a lot of women to come to, and she actually lived a life that really speaks her name, meaning women comes together and they can actually achieve something bigger. So it's coming together for women.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, listeners, for joining us. And
Thank you. Thank you.
please like this video and subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Check out nuciano.com and find out more about me at wendywrites.org. My books are on sale at Amazon, Barnes and Noble, as well as all other online booksellers and independent bookstores. See you next time
Bye bye. Thank you, Wendy.
when I go in pursuit of fashion. I'll see you then.